This is an ABC News special report.
A new school shooting has taken place at John F. Kennedy High School in Ohio. Today at 11 a.m., two armed 17-year-olds stepped into their own school and began to shoot at students and teachers.
9 dead and 15 injured. We still haven't got the identity of all the victims. Earlier today we had a reporter from the crime scene.
Today at 11 a.m., the two gunmen Jeremy Jenkins and Chris Johnson walked into their own public high school and began shooting at fellow students and teachers. Police officers and ambulance immediately arrived at the scene of the shooting, but after first 35 minutes they could enter the school. At that time, 9 was already dead and 15 was injured. Elsewhere the school, students and teachers either escaped through the emergency exit and went to safety, or hid inside their classroom as the two gunmen entered the main door.
The teachers came in, locked the door, and everybody went into a corner until they were recovered by the police officers. The teachers were true heroes and did everything humanly possible to protect the young people down to risking their own lives.
Right after the nearest hospital, John F. Kennedy Community Hospital, received the news of the massacre, they immediately started preparing for what they expected to be many injured. But only 15 arrived out of the 900 students at John F. Kennedy High School. Many in this community believe that it was the actions of the heroic teachers that decreased this number, or else it would have been much higher.
There is no word that can describe the horrific massacre. It is a perilous and terrifying experience. As your parent, you live in the constant fear of something might happen to a child, and my biggest condolences go out to the family that today lost a family member.
The big question that you may ask yourself is how could two heavily armed boys just walk into a school without people doing anything about it before they began the shooting? But the school had no security system, and therefore no one had the time to react before the whole massacre had begun. Even though that there in the latest time have been several other school shootings, the school haven't got the option or money to put up a whole security system.
We have afterwards gathered all the unharmed students, teachers and staff outside the school where paramedics in cooperation with the police trying to help anyone who has the need or has mental injury. There is no doubt that this can be a very traumatizing experience. The gunmen haven't spoken about why they did it or if they were in cooperation with anyone else. We do know that the guns they used were rifles M4A1, but it's still unknown how they managed to get hold on such kind of weapon because they are mainly used by terrorists. We are doing anything in our power to investigate this tragedy to the bottom and will make sure everything is coming to justice.
The two assailants was taken straight to the police station where they are being interrogated by police officers.
People all over the globe have been touched by this day. Tweet that goes out to the victims and their families have been posted all day. This tweet from someone who knew the teachers from inside the school, Stine Jensen.
My mom was a teacher at Kennedy High School. She was shot twice in the stomach. Heaven has a new angel, and sky has a new star. And this face telling it all. A mother of one of the students inside the school, and one of the 9 dead.
We are talking live with a political spokesman for the Democrats. What is your opinion about the Second Amendment?
In the latest time, America have experienced multiple shooting scenarios, and the percent of homes in the United States that has these deadly weapons are shocking. It is an absolute must that not only as states, but as one nation look at the Second Amendment and discuss if it is still ideal for everyone to have the right to have firearms.
You talk about a shocking amount of people who have guns and other weapons in their home. How many people need to lose their lives before we realize that the actual problem could be the so easy availability to guns and other weapons that we can keep in our homes? How many are we talking about?
America is actually the number one country in the world where there is the highest number of weapons per citizen. It's proven that 89% of all homes hold and own weapons. That is an unreal number, but that also shows just how easy it is to be carry armed in the American society. In the past 3 years, the inhabitants have been witnessing to more deadly mass shootings than ever before. And of course, this is hopefully going to be the last young people or people in any age that has loses their lives in these mass shootings.
If that's the case, then why haven't the government done anything about it before now? Why don't we change the law that allows people to have guns? Because we see these tragic episodes repeat over and over in the mall, in the cinema, and not to forget the schools.
We forget here that it's not a one-man decision. There's many who has to agree, and that could be a long process with a lot of talking and discussing back and forth. If it were up to the Democrats, the Second Amendment would have been changed, but we appreciate everybody's opinion, therefore all the parties have to sit down and come up with a solution.
Thank you very much for participating tonight. The two assailants have been put in custody and we are now waiting for the date of the trial. Thank you very much for watching. We will be right back with the weather news.